Are you doing all the right things but not losing any weight? Oof, it can be super frustrating when you are eating healthy and you are not moving the needle on the scale and you feel like, what the heck is going on? Well, today I'm going to tell you 3 things that might just be hiding in your diet why you are not able to lose any weight, even though you are being so healthy. Now, it can be frustrating. I know you are probably meal prepping your salads, you hired the personal trainer, you even went to the Italian restaurant and got fish instead of pasta. Unbelievable, right? And then you just go and you are pumped up to step on the scale and see those results, and there is absolutely nada. Nothing has changed. You're so mad that you could just order DoorDash a big old pizza right there and just say, screw it. If it's not gonna make a difference, why even bother? Well, hold your horses. First, watch this video and let's see if I can help you find 3 things in your diet that you could tweak, and we could start to get that needle moving so you can get the results you desire. Number 1, the first thing I see so often is your healthy portions are off. Even though you're eating the right things, you're eating too much of them. And I'm gonna tell you 3 big culprits I see all the time. Numero uno is nuts. Nuts are great, and when you are being healthy, you just wanna grab that fistful of nuts and go. That sounds weird, but that's what you're doing, right? So you're grabbing those nuts and you are eating them, not to mention they are in everything. You are having that paleo granola with nuts. You're having your almond flour waffles. You're having your nut milks. You're having your protein bars. You're having a scoop of peanut butter. It can just start to tally up because they are super caloric and full of fat. Doesn't mean that they're not good for you, but you might just be eating a little bit too much. So easy enough, I always tell my clients, keep nuts to 1 serving a day and just be a little bit more mindful. If you have almond butter at breakfast, have some hummus and veggies at lunch instead of peanut butter, right? Monitor those nuts and that's gonna take you far. Number 2 is you could be having too many healthy sweets. I feel like a lot of times my clients don't think it counts to have a little piece of dark chocolate every night, but every single night after dinner, if you are having a handful of chocolate chips or 1 little bite of dark chocolate, it can really be adding up. You want to be a little bit mindful of desserts, even if they're the healthy kind. I know you can buy those almond flour cookies or that healthy dark chocolate bar and feel like it doesn't count, but you still really want to be keeping your sweets to about 3 times a week. The more you eat it, the more you crave it as well. So instead, opt one of those chocolates out for some tea or for some fruit in the evening time, and that can make a big difference in moving that needle so you start to see some results. The last one I see all the time is the healthy pastas. So now, for some reason, all the pastas are made out of beans. So you're like, hey, I got my chickpea pasta, my lentil pasta, and this has 20 grams of protein. It must be really healthy for me. And it's easy, and you just throw that in there, boil some water, and you're having a big old bowl of pasta multiple times a week. Now, this can just really add up the calories, and also it can just be really heavy on your body. So what I tell my clients is there's nothing wrong with chickpea pasta. It is a great source of protein, but you want to balance it out. Have about half a cup to 3/4 a cup of the cooked noodles, and then add in some sauteed vegetables, some zucchini, some onions, anything you want, right? And then put some protein in there, add some meatballs, some chicken, some shrimp, some tofu, just so you balance your bowl a little bit better and you're not just having these big old knockers, whatever that is, big old knockers of pasta multiple times a week. So if you start to watch these portions, your nuts, your healthy sweets, and those bowls of healthy pasta, it can really make a difference in just pushing you over that plateau so you start to see results. The second thing I find so often of why you might not be moving the needle and not seeing results, even though you're eating healthy, is you are drinking your calories. And I'm gonna talk to those people who love to go out and get a latte. So first of all, I love a good latte. Don't get me wrong, you'll see me sipping on a Friday afternoon and just enjoying my matcha. But I'm gonna knock you out with this hardcore fact. So, at Starbucks, a grande matcha oat milk latte has 32 grams of sugar in it, 240 calories, and 34 grams of carbs. And you might be like, that's not speaking to me. Well, compared to a Snickers bar, which has 27 grams of sugar. So you are essentially drinking more sugar than is in a Snickers when you have that little harmless oat milk matcha. So there is so much sugar lurking in some of these drinks that you are picking up at the coffee shops. You want to be a little more mindful. If you can, do something like an Americano or just cut back on that nut milk, because that can be a really big hidden sugar trap. They are using a lot of times the nut milks with added sugar. When you make it at home, you probably aren't using that because I know you're smart. So pay attention if you are getting those coffees out, and maybe just limit it or try to alter your choice just to make it a little bit less of a heavy drink. You also could be a kombucha gal or boy, which is fine, either one. Now with kombucha, they can have anywhere from 10 to 18 grams of sugar, which again, to put in perspective, a couple Chips Ahoy cookies is just about 18 grams of sugar as well. So you could be having a kombucha every afternoon, thinking you're doing so much great stuff for your gut, but really it's a sugar trap in your diet that you just didn't think about. The last one isn't going to surprise you, but I'm going to call you out. Alcohol. Sometimes we don't realize that we are having a little too much fun with a little too much wine, but you could easily be just sipping and putting on some extra calories, because alcohol hides a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. Not to mention it can make us have the munchies and want to eat a little bit more and kind of steer us off of our healthy intentions. So often I'll find my clients just aren't really counting their alcoholic drinks during the week when they're thinking about their healthy diet. So paring that down and switching it up with a mocktail every now and then is not a bad way to get more bang for your buck in terms of having the right stuff in your diet to lose weight and feel great. Now, the last but not least thing that could be hiding in your diet, even though you're doing all the right things and not seeing results, is the weekend. So the weekend, we don't think about this, but Friday through Sunday is 42% of your week. So if you are one of those people who Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you are on your A game, you have meal prep, you are eating well, but then Friday night, all bets are off, you're ordering the pizza. Saturday, you're at that coffee shop grabbing that pastry and that sweet matcha, and then you're meeting your friends for all day mimosas. Sounds pretty fun, I'll come with you maybe, but we really want to say, hey, 42% of your week, all of a sudden you're undoing all of that great stuff you did during the beginning of your week. So we want to just pull back. And one little piece of advice I tell my clients is, hey, indulge, enjoy a big, rich, fun meal over the weekend, but just do one. Pick one time you're going to have something that's really fun, really indulgent, really exciting, and then the rest of the weekend, just eat how you do during the week. And that's going to make a huge difference in moving the needle again to get those results. So let's recap. What are those three things? First, we said healthy portions. Start to think about those nuts, about the healthy sweets, and that chickpea pasta. Number two, drinking your cals. If you're heading to the latte shop, think about switching up your order. And number three, the weekend is 42% of your week, so don't think it's a free pass to go wild. Tone it back, pull things in, and you are going to be great. Now, if you're still kind of like, I don't know how to monitor this or pay attention to this, I would recommend keeping a food log. So just for at least 2 weeks, write down everything you're eating, and then go through and see, hey, am I having a lot of nuts? Am I having these big bowl of pastas? Am I going for too much alcohol? And start to kind of tally it up. And you might even go do a little Google search and say, how much sugar is in that kombucha? How much sugar is in my typical Starbucks order? And all of a sudden, all the facts are right in front of you, and you can make some really educated decisions to tweak your diet so we can get you off that plateau and dive you headfirst into getting the results you want. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, or have you found anything in your diet that's been holding you back and you made a little tweak and it got the ball rolling again? Put it in the comments. So excited. That's it.